Good evening, afternoon, everybody. We are back from our teaser episode. This is episode 1 of the full Broadsword. I always want to say full broadside. I've done it for over 100 episodes. It's naturally just to start saying side. So every time I hear the full or I say the full broadsword, you can tell I pause just a little bit. Broadsword isn't just a one straight word. It's a broadsword because I have to think it through that I'm not going to say side. So, but anyway, full broadsword. KJ's here. I'm here,
Yo.
Damon, and our glorious DM that has put countless hours and effort into this is Jake. So welcome. Hey, look at that. Yay.
Yay.
And I don't have 100% control of all the soundboard that's going on. So this is going to get chaotic and we're going to have some fun. So
chaotic good or chaotic evil?
Yeah, I don't know. We will see, I guess. But yeah, so this is technically the inaugural episode. So everybody that's out there watching or even listening to the podcast later, we are going to do our best not to bugger things up, but we're going to stumble through this little by little and do our best to put forth a really good show. So we're going to turn it over to Mando, and here I just screwed that up already. We're going to call him Jake because that's his name. I had just said
now you got to tell a story.
Exactly. The story is he goes by Mando in our World of Warships clan, and we have always called him that. And he goes by Mando in the full broadside. And we agreed that we're going to use Jake, his name, for Logic Lane. So, and KJ is just KJ over there. So don't worry about KJ. Unless he starts snoring, then we'll worry about him. Exactly. I know. The guy on the couch. Yeah.
The guy on the couch in the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you like my response back to you when you said 20 minutes?
In
the text message.
Oh, I didn't even look, man. I got over to my chair.
I did that one specifically for you.
Well, now I got to look
because you with the Frenchies.
Now I'm looking. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the Frenchie. Yeah, that was funny. I like that one.
I specifically did that one for you.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that little Frenchie digging in the couch cushion, and then he falls off. Yeah, and he's wearing the little cool shirt. Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Always fun. Anyway, but for the at some point we're gonna maybe get our stupid faces to pop up on the screen at some point once we work all that bug out. But for now, we're giving you the splash screen so the viewers can see the full broadsword in its current logo background. And once we get rolling here, I will switch over to the map that we're looking at and that we're going to be partaking our adventure in, and then you will see us bounce back and forth from character sheets, and you can see dice rolling and parts of map uncovering as the fog of war clears as we start passing through dungeons and whatnot. So anyway, I'll turn this over to Jake. I got it right this time, and he can give us a rundown of how this shindig is going to go.
Yeah, so here is my, I got to throw a caveat out there, because those folks that follow, I know we have a lot of pro gamers, amateur gamers. I definitely fall in the amateur realm. I haven't DM'd a D&D campaign in a very long time, and so my caveat, and these are my I don't know what my caveats I got to throw out there by saying bear with me. It's I got to shake the rust off, and we're all shaking the rust off. I know Damon and KJ, this is the first time of them playing 5th edition rules, so we're all learning the new rule sets.
Yeah,
I honestly have not played Dungeons and Dragons since of course, AD&D, which is like 1st edition and 2nd edition, was the last time I cracked open the Dungeon Master Guide,
Exactly.
Player's Handbook. Yeah, it's been, and so that's my first caveat is for the listeners out there, bear with us. We're doing this because we enjoy it. We're having a lot of, so we're learning as we go.
Yeah,
Number
it's been
two,
approximately
yep,
25 years for me. So let's just
yeah.
put that caveat there. We're going to be a little rusty.
So everybody's aware that we are all old. Okay,
Yes, we are
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
We are old. We're reliving a little childhood memory here and extrapolating on it a little.
So the second caveat is there is a lot of different categories of players, and we all know that you have that player that sits at your table. If you haven't had one, you will get one that is kind of a rules lawyer. And that's great. And every gaming group needs a rules lawyer. So my
I
second
object.
caveat is, yeah, is to have a little understanding. And let me throw this out there. This has got some homebrew rules that we're throwing in there. So just
Oh,
because
and
something
I
doesn't
got them.
line
I
up,
will put them up here. Hold on.
yep. Because just because something doesn't line up in a book doesn't mean that you know we don't have the homebrew rules. So if things don't line up exactly, we apologize ahead of time. But when you throw some homebrew in with an established campaign setting, some of the facts or some of the lore, if you will get a little bit askew. And that's okay because this is our own homebrew. Um, and so we're going to keep a working list of some of the homebrew stuff. So if anybody's interested, you can look down the list of the homebrew ruling. I won't get into it, but
Yeah, and I got them up
and
for
the
our video. Our
oh, good.
watchers are able to see the full Broadsword house rules. Currently, there are 4, but as Jake stated earlier, prior to the show hitting record, this is a living document. We feel the need at any time to add more to it. We will do so. So stay tuned
Yeah.
to that. Yeah.
So that being said, we're going to roll over onto and kind of get into the mood here of our campaign setting. We all collectively kind of sat down, and because there's a lot of history and there's a new expansion coming out in November, we've decided to throw our adventurers together in the Forgotten Realms setting. More specifically, we are going to focus in on, and you can see when I have the large map up on the table, the Sword Coast,
Yep,
which
I've
is
got
going
it
to
up. Yep.
be, yeah, the western side. And the Sword Coast is a very familiar area, and we'll just go over a little, just briefly, a little bit of the background, the geography, some of the history, a little bit, just to kind of get you guys into. It's always good to know what's going on in the geography around you before we start really zeroing in and focus on. And for today's adventure, or this episode, or however long this we go with this, we're actually going to zoom in and concentrate on like maybe a sector of 3 hex squares. We're really going to zoom in on this, but I wanted to give everybody kind of a larger picture because it does kind of play into some of the character backgrounds. We all agreed on what our first encounter was going to be because it's always fun introducing uh, the characters. Um, and so for our campaign setting, let's go ahead and I will introduce my character first, who's going to be playing more of a supporting role because just in case, we decide to switch roles or somebody wants to DM, and it's always good to have a player character, even as an NPC in the background, just to kind of help out. Um, and I will be playing a halfling named Kai, Kai, Kai. Damon, real briefly, who will you be playing your character today?
All right, I'm going to jump over so people can see my character sheet. I will be playing Edward Ironhide, a paladin of the 1st level. So I wanted him to use a broadsword, but there was not an option. So he's using a longsword and a shield for now. If a great sword comes around, that'll be awesome too, but it's still not a broadsword. So I don't know if this edition has broadswords or if they just changed into great swords / long swords. I don't know. but I couldn't be perfect to have a broadsword for the name of the dang show, but I tried. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, I know. Let's see. I wonder if I can switch. Let me see if I can switch over to KJ's character. I figured out how to do
forgot
it
who I
last
am.
time.
Thanks.
No. You can go ahead and tell yours, but I need to figure out how to flip over. So let me see.
Well,
Briefly,
tell me
I
when.
haven't given too much in for the folks listening out there on purpose as part of the plot design. I have not given too many details about my character Kai, the halfling, because he hasn't been introduced yet, and he's kind of a mystery, and I was kind of leaving that as a cliffhanger for everybody, and so that's why. Damon and KJ don't have too much. He's sort of Kai is sort of a mystery character at this point, but
Yeah, so I can't get up his
yeah.
character, but I have Marcus up there now. So KJ, go ahead.
Yeah, KJ.
I plan on playing Marcus Zeislor, the Ranger Half Elf, of course, level 1. He's had a peculiar background, but we'll see how that plays into things because Jake wanted a good background for him, so I did the best that I could, and I'm afraid he's going to use it against me. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm expecting the same out of mine.
The night is still young. So, Damon, your character Edward Ironhide, this is really important. A little bit, just a brief history of where Edward comes from. I noticed in your notes that he comes from the region of which is a merchant kingdom, which is actually on the Sword Coast, which plays into our campaign setting. As you can see on the map, we have all the way up in the north, we have Neverwinter. Down in the middle, you have Thornhold, which is kind of in between the Sword Mountains, and then continuing out down south is Waterdeep. If you keep going down south past the map, there will be another mountain range, and that will be the Kingdom of And so, Damon, give us just a brief back history, and this is going to kind of roll us into our initial meeting with the characters of Edward. I know you said that he was born and lived out his childhood in the merchant kingdom of so I'm going to give it to
Yeah.
you for a brief get us up to speed.
And I was able to find that on the character sheet, and I pulled that up for the viewers to read along. Edward was born and lived out his childhood years in the merchant kingdom of He was born into nobility as his father was a member of the ruling group referred to as the Council of Six. This opened quite a few doors for Edward that others could never dream of, one of which was a fast track into regional guards posting. For his early adult years, he spent his days protecting and policing the regions contained within borders. Edward even worked his way up to chief inspector of one of the more localized regiments and had even earned the nickname Ironhide due to his toughness with drunkards, rioters, and subordinates who came late to shift. All of this changed when Edward's father died, far too young and under suspicious circumstances. It didn't take long after that for Edward to start feeling pushed out and shunned, cut off from others of nobility. In very short order, he was removed from his post and kicked into the streets, forced to live as a pauper. Work was hard to come by for some time, and it seemed everyone who he knew was afraid to acknowledge him, much less hire him. This went on for a handful of weeks. Starving and broken, Edward happened upon a traveling merchant who had no knowledge of Edward and his past. The merchant offered Edward a modest meal and explained that he'd been looking for someone hardy, strong, and desperate, just like Edward, and it seemed the merchant was looking for adventurers. And I will leave the rest of that. Do you want me to continue with more of that? Because I know.
No.
Okay.
That sets a good stage for us.
Okay. There's a bunch more here. There's a couple of bigger paragraphs, but I have it on the screen for a few more minutes for people to continue to read if they choose to.
So where we're going to pick up with Edward through his travels is Edward links up with a mysterious merchant coming out of Waterdeep. Let me focus in the map here. Coming out of Waterdeep, heading north to Neverwinter. And here's Waterdeep here in the Sword Mountains. We've actually got a name. Let me pull up my character sheet here. One brief moment.
No problem. We're going to have some brief moments and some brief pauses, and that's just the way it's going to go. So bear with us as we struggle through this.
So this merchant that you have run into, basically, Edward has been wandering, kind of picking up odd jobs here and there, looking for work as a sellsword. And Edward kind of ran into a traveling merchant named Merrick Dalgrave. And I'm going to load up a picture in. Can you see the Discord or not?
No.
Okay, so
Well,
we
I
will load up.
probably could, but I haven't figured that out yet.
No. That's fine. I'm gonna see if I could briefly load up a picture of Merrick. If I can't, that's okay. We will.
Yeah,
We will
anything you
press
can
on.
put onto the tabletop, I can see.
Yep.
And our viewers can see then too. Those of you that are just listening to the podcast, you'll have to just imagine what he looks like.
There we go. Let's add a picture of Merrick. It's gonna um, appear as a map, but that's okay.
That's all right.
All right. It's uploading right now. Technology at its finest.
Yeah. Well, I will say it's kind of cool that a guy in Wisconsin, a guy in Wyoming, and a guy in Texas can all get on and play D&D across the interweb. You know, back in 25 years ago, we'd have had to fly out and sit in somebody's basement and roll dice the old-fashioned way.
Oh no, we would have had to send. We'd have been pen pals, sending letters to each other.
Yeah, there's Merrick. So yeah, he's got a cool hat, giant backpack, cool little lantern on the side, nice little walking stick.
Trying to be like Indiana Jones.
Kind of like
Kind
Indiana
of
Jones, yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Merrick is also he's a merchant from part of the merchant mobility, merchant nobility down there. Is a very interesting country. A little bit of a backstory. Is home to a lot of trade guilds and kind of. If you remember the movie Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp, there was what the East India Trading Company was kind of like a big evil kind of a corporation. Merrick works for a trading company, much like the East India Trading Company. He's an independent contractor, and Edward has met Merrick on his way north, and Merrick has invited Edward to basically hire him out as just a sellsword. And Edward, of course, I agreed to work with him. It's kind of a way to make a few coin as he's traveling northward, wandering from job to job. So that is Merrick Dalgrave, and I'll take us back down to the Salt Marsh and Neverwinter and the Sword Mountains. Here we go. So we meet Merrick and Edward traveling north up the high road, which is kind of like it's on the west coast. It's the main highway coming north from Waterdeep. Up, Merrick meets up with Edward right around Thornhold, just as they're about to enter an area or a detour in the road around the Mire of Dead Men, which has a reputation of kind of being dark and sinister. And this is why Merrick was hiring as many sellswords to for his company, of which is not many. It consists of basically a guard captain and a handful of guards and a couple of wagons. Merrick is transporting, goods. He's got silks from the continent of Cholt. He's got spices. He's got, typical trades stuff to head north up to Neverwinter. Um, and because of the location of the high road, which kind of skirts around the Mire of Dead Men, which is center of the map, um, it's tough to hire sellswords just because of the reputation of the area. And typically, what the merchants do is they will hire sellswords from Waterdeep to take them to Thornhold, and then they're kind of on their own. And they go around the mire up to a town called Saltmarsh, and then typically in Saltmarsh, then they will rehire more guards to get them up the high road into Neverwinter. So the Mire of Dead Men is kind of like this zone of nobody really wants. It's kind of like just a lot of evil hangs in the air around the mire. So our meeting, I'm going to be zooming in, is going to be prior to outside the outskirts of Thornhold. Merrick and Edward and the guard captain and the guards are going to make camp for the night before they start making the trek around the mire to head north. And as they are making camp, Edward decides to kind of wander off, collect his thoughts, and kind of sticking with the firelight at the edge of the camp. And in the distance, I'm going to roll a dice here. Hopefully everybody can see it. All right, let me know if you can see this pop up on the screen here. There we go.
Ooh, a 2.
Could be good, could be bad. Edward, what I would like for you to do is, what is your passive perception?
Well, let's bounce over to the character sheet here.
As you are
Let's see.
hanging out
Passive
at the edge of the
perception
firelight.
is an 8.
Okay.
Don't know if that's good, bad, or in between, but it's an 8 regardless.
Roll I would like for you to roll an investigation check, which is going to be on a d20.
That the passive investigation?
No, we're going to roll an active investigation, and I'm going to give you a target number. It's based off of the difficulty of the task, and this is what we call a DC roll, which is basically a difficulty class. And since and I'm just going to kind of explain this at first, and then we won't need to explain it any further. A difficulty check is a target number that I, as the game master, assigns for the difficulty of the task. And since you're kind of not paying attention to what's going on, or you're kind of lost in your thoughts, we're going to add a difficulty of a 15 on here. And so let's make an investigation check, which is going to be a d20, and add your modifiers to it. And your target number is going to be to a 15.
All right. Now, for those following, I think all I have to do is just click the investigation, and we will see dice go across the screen. Nope, that didn't do it. Hang tight. Hang tight. We're learning. I'm new. I don't know what to do. Here, let's try this. There we are. And it was complete crap.
Well, you were kind of you were definitely lost in your thoughts at the edge of the firelight.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. There's the sparkles coming off. The guards are having, conversation amongst themselves. Merrick is checking ledgers by his pack, and in the distance, you're gonna hear basically what sounds like a woman screaming off away from the edge of the firelight.
Well, that's not really a woman, but with my horrible investigation, it sounded like a woman to me. So,
It sounded like a woman screaming to you.
well, as a pally with a sword and board, I'm going to go investigate with haste.
Okay, so you tear off through the woods, away from the firelight. Do you have any light source, any type of a night vision, ultravision, anything, a torch, a lantern, anything?
I believe my inventory has a torch in it. A lamp. Utility exploration. I have a lamp.
Okay, this is a Game Master freebie. Would you like to light the lamp before you tear off into the deep, dark trees and the brushes?
That's probably a good idea. I will have the shield hanging on my back so that I can hold the lamp in my left hand while I hold my sword out in front of me in case I get into some bamboo or God knows what's in these woods.
Okay. So as Edward is lighting the lamp, prior to him tearing off through the woods and the brambles and the thorn bushes so that he doesn't trip on the roots, we're going to switch scenes and we're going to switch over to Marcus. Marcus, KJ, give us a little bit of background about Marcus.
I gotta find him first.
What's
it under?
What's a background?
Yeah.
No,
Just a
I
brief.
got.
Get us up to speed.
If you added it to your character sheet and you're looking at your character sheet, all the way down, it'll be under notes.
Notes, yeah, because I was looking under background because that's where I was thinking that.
That's what I thought too, but I was wrong. But what's curious here is I cannot see your notes on your character sheet, nor can the people at home. So they will just have to watch and listen.
All right. Well, Marcus Eisler is a 21-year-old half-elf ranger, as I said, who was born on the outskirts of a bustling human settlement. His father was an elven warrior from the Mistywood Forest, who had fallen in love with Marcus's mother during one fateful summer festival. Oh, the summer festival of love. He grew up a bit. Exactly. Growing up amongst or amid humans and elves alike, he found his identity fractured yet enriched by both worlds, with vibrant red hair that shimmered like flames under the sunlight and emerald green eyes that mirrored the rolling hills around him. Marcus stood out to many, both for his captivating looks and his innate abilities as an archer. Rumors of his lineage followed him. Some whispered of the ancient prophecies tied to the half-elves like him who could bridge the divides between the races. So that's how we started.
Yeah, that's how we started. Marcus, you have found yourself through your wanderings. You're off in the woods. You're off of the Sword Coast, and you know that you are on the high road south of Thornhold, or on the outskirts of Thornhold. And as what rangers do is you were kind of keeping to yourself, kind of shying away from civilization, and wandering, kind of, wandering, looking for work. When you stumbled, obviously, when you're out in the woods, you get hungry, so you decide to make do with the creatures of the land, and you have tracked a wild boar.
Yummy.
And you figured this boar would make good dinner, good supper, and maybe even as a bonus, you might be able to carve up maybe some hides or skin or something from the animal to take into Thornhold, maybe to sell off for a little bit of coin, to purchase some traveling supplies. It's been a long trip wandering through the Sword Mountains, and so you line up your bow, and you loose an arrow, and it strikes the boar in the shanks. but it takes off. It wasn't a killing blow, and it takes off through the trees, and you have been hot on the boar's trail.
Hope this is not a trend that I miss or just wound them and not take them out.
Yes. When the boar was struck with your arrow, the boar gave off a high-pitched scream.
Squeal.
And a squeal, a scream, and tore off through the brush, and so you tracked it into a clearing. And let me load the clearing up here. All right. So here we have the clearing in the forest on the, let me ping. Ooh, I get to use my map pings. Over here, we have Marcus, the ranger, entering the clearing, chasing the boar, which is taking a defensive stance in the middle of the clearing, kind of licking its wounds. And we have, on the other side of the clearing, Marcus, make a perception check, please. Against, it's going to be an easy task since you're accustomed to the, hunting with a target number of 10.
Boy, this inaugural episode's just starting off with a heck of a roll, isn't it? Yeah, we haven't even hit double digits once tonight already. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
I think the DM gave us some loaded dice, man.
Maybe.
Marcus, you have cornered the boar in the center of this clearing, and out of nowhere there is a big broad beam of light and looks like a human wearing armor. Edward, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Let's see. Now I got to go back. Chainmail, heavy armor,
Chainmail.
Shield strung across the back, and a long sword opposite the lamp.
So you see a human stumbling through the woods very blindly, carrying a lantern, not making any. Looks like he doesn't know where he's going, other than he's heading towards the direction of your boar, of which you have tracked to this clearing. And on that note, I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Sorry, I had to. Where the hell's my initiative button? Oh, it's right there.
I gotta find it.
Edward rolls a 14.
Where the heck is it?
Right underneath proficiency across the top of all your stats, right down next to your armor class. Just
there it is.
Click the button.
Right there. It says initiative.
Yeah, I
right
know. Isn't that something? Yeah.
Marcus rolls a 17, and I will roll initiative for the boar. Did that roll go through? There it goes.
10. Yep. I see it. I wanted to pull up the game log so that the people at home can see what's going on here.
All right. Okay. Marcus, you're up first. What is your action, sir?
I want to finish this thing off before that filthy full human over there gets it.
Filthy?
Yes, I don't know where you've been.
I'll have you know I bathed this morning, sir.
So I want to draw back on the longbow and pop a shot at him.
Gonna need better than single digits, I'm betting.
I hope so.
I would think, yeah.
I hope so. So that would be under longbow. That one, right?
And Marcus rolls a 15. That is a hit, sir. Your arrow sinks into center mass of the boar, who's squaring off against you. Go ahead and roll for your damage. 8 points. So how combat goes in 5th edition, since this is kind of new for everybody, I don't tell you the amount of hit points or health points that any of the creatures or the NPC has. I will give you a descriptive descriptions as to how you might think or perceive that that your target is. In the case of something falls below, say, half hit points, I will more than likely give you the descriptive clue that the creature or your target is bloodied, which means it has fallen somewhere. It's about half health, and you've done some damage to it. So in this case, your arrow strikes home, doing 8 points of damage. It is not bloodied, and the boar is extremely pissed off now and is snarling and lets off another blood-curdling scream. Edward, as you stumble into the clearing, you see this the what appears to be the source of the woman screaming, which is a large boar. It's got 2 arrows stuck into it, and make another perception check. We're going to make it another difficult roll. So with a target number of 15, please.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
I still think it's a female.
Edward, you notice nothing other than there's a boar and it's got a couple of arrows in it. And it's squaring off. It is looking away from you, so it hasn't really taken notice to you yet. What are your actions, sir?
Well, seems to me this thing needs to be put down. Somebody didn't arrow this thing properly and for a swift kill. So I'm going to close the distance as quick as I can and sword that thing. Put it out of its misery.
So in combat in 5th edition, you are allowed to move your distance and make an attack action as well on your, during your round of action. So what is your movement speed? Should be, I think, 30 feet.
Walking
as
is
a human.
30 feet for a human, yeah. For me, anyway, yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. Each square is 5 feet. Go ahead and move yourself forward 30 feet.
Does that count the one I'm currently on?
No.
There.
Okay, so you move forward 30 feet. There are also other actions that you can take, such as if you go into actions on your action tab, you'll see actions in combat. You have things you can do such as attack, dash, disengage, dodge, grapple, etc., etc. In this case, a dash would be actually a good move for you that will help you. When you take a dash action, you gain extra movement for your turn. So basically, you double your speed of 60 feet, which will help you close the gap. But
Okay.
in doing so, that also takes an action. So that would be like the dash would be in lieu of swinging your sword. So the movement is one part of the combat turn. And then the action, which would be swing your sword or dash. So if you would like to close the distance, you could use a dash as an action, but you will not be able to get an attack in until your next turn.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's dash, which will close the gap right up next to it, I would think, right?
Yes. So you can go ahead and close the distance and put yourself into melee range with the boar. And
All right.
also another GM freebie for you. There are certain things that you could do which are kind of innate abilities which don't take full actions to do, such as I'm going to draw my long sword and ready my shield. Would you like to do that at this time?
Well, if I drop the lantern or the lamp, will that stay lit?
That's a good question. Or
If I were to drop it, I wouldn't be able to see, so I think I'm just going to continue to hold that. This thing is already wounded. I have the long sword in the right hand already. I'll just maintain the lamp because I don't want to suffer any sight penalties or anything like that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just leave the shield on the back.
Gotcha.
Hopefully that'll protect me from any stray arrows that may come my way. The way we're rolling, that may be necessary.
And now we move to the boar. The boar hears the jingle of chainmail and a big light source coming through the trees, charging right at him. Thinking that it is another predator in the woods, the boar spins and squares off with Edward, and attacks Edward with his tusks there.
Yay.
Does a 19 hit your armor class, sir?
Damn it, it does.
Okay.
The figures, the one time you roll a good strike.
Take 5 points of damage from being gored in the leg by boar tusks.
Okay, now I've got to go over to the character sheet. And let's see. I punch in, 5? Is that what you said, 5?
Yep.
There we go. Okay, now we're good to go.
And again, for combat, I don't keep track of your guys' health points either. All I ask for you to do is just give me some descriptors. Mainly, if you pass below half health, just let me know if your character is bloodied or not, and that way I can make it into the notes. So.
Right on.
Okay, that is the end of the combat turn. We roll back up to Marcus at the top of the initiative totem pole. Marcus, out of left field, literally out of the field, this human in chainmail just charges across the clearing and is taking a swipe at your prey.
Sorry.
The action is yours, sir. Or
to be fair, I just ran up there holding a lamp and got attacked. I didn't take a swing yet.
Yeah, but your lamp is interfering with my night vision. Come on.
I ran up to the thing and blinded everybody, but that's pretty much all that I did, and got gored in the process. So super.
Yeah. Question.
Yes.
On movements, do you count diagonals or just in like L's? For like.
So I'm going to grab your character here. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give you a demonstration. So this would be 5 feet, and diagonals is 5 feet. So you can move diagonal, and it just counts as another 5 feet.
Right, but as I was looking at it, it's like, so for here, it'd be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So, okay.
Do you plan on moving?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and move in 1 square increments.
Right.
You can move up to your movement distance, which I think is 30 feet.
Yep. And I am here.
Okay. You have moved successfully, negotiated down the path. Is there
trip
any
over
other
any big rocks or nothing? That was a good job.
Yeah. No. Any other actions you would like to take?
Not at this time.
Okay. Let's roll down. Edward, you're up on initiative, sir.
All right, back to my initiative button.
No, you've already rolled initiative. It is your turn.
Oh, okay. Disregard
Yeah,
that
good
roll,
lad.
everybody.
Disregard.
Yeah.
So
Be glad.
I was just warming the dice. That's all, because they suck so far. So
you have attack actions.
Yes.
You have bonus actions. You have reactions, etc., etc.
So. Well, it's my turn. I'm just going to take a swing at that little bugger.
Okay. Fire away,
Let's see.
sir.
I need to make an attack roll. Let's see. I got to roll the hit button, right?
So if you go to your attack and where you see longsword,
Yep. To the right of that,
across the
the
top,
hit DC.
yep, +5. If you click on that, it should make a roll for you.
Oh,
And that's your bonuses.
that was the bonuses.
Well, you
Yeah.
Who's laughing now?
you
I wasn't laughing to begin with there, buddy.
apparently
Yeah.
the boar when it gored your leg with his tusks, it threw you a little bit off balance, and your longsword kind of swipes over the top of his head. But nope, you did not connect with your sword.
Yeah, even though this thing is a pin cushion, it's still pretty dang agile. I
I
suck.
blame it more on stumbling blindly through the trees holding a lantern. You can't
That
quite get
could be,
your
yeah, that could be
yeah.
it. Yeah, might be something to that.
Any other actions, bonus actions, reactions, anything you would like to do?
No, I'm just gonna sit there dumbfounded, I think.
Okay. Let's go back to the boar. The boar is going to follow up his attack with another attack.
Yay.
It takes a moment for it to.
That's okay. Yeah,
Come up on my screen.
I'm just waiting for it to pop up here. There it is.
There it goes. Does an 11 hit your armor class, sir?
It does not.
Oh,
Thankfully.
the boar, overconfident, lunges at you and misses with its tusk. And with that, we go back to the top of the next round. Marcus, it's your move, sir.
I am going to put away my bow and withdraw and pull out my dagger and then move close.
Okay. That basically by putting your weapon away and drawing
Mhm.
another weapon, that doesn't count as an action. That's kind of like, a give me ability. And so
Okay.
you still have an action left.
I guess do I go there or does it matter?
As long as you're within melee range, you can move yourself anywhere
Okay.
around the target. Yep.
And I'm going to poke at it with my little dagger.
Okay.
Really?
That does not hit, sir.
Just like me.
Any other actions, reactions, bonus actions you would like to take?
Not at this time.
Okay. Edward, it goes to you. Edward, make a perception check, and we're going to make it easy. We're going to give you a target number of 5.
I already have a -2 with this, so it's not really great. All right, well, there we go. Perception. Nope. A -1.
Wow.
I'm having a night. I'm gonna change my dice before we our next episode. I'll tell you that. These ones suck.
This concludes this night's episode.
Yeah, the damn paladin's dead.
You didn't happen to roll a natural 1, did you?
Yes, I did. A 1 with a -2. So yes, I
failed.
impaled
Critically
myself.
failed.
Yep, I'm
No,
dead.
this is a skill check. So we're going to introduce.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, thanks for that.
So we're going to roll on the critical skill failure table.
Oh boy.
Since we agreed to.
Yep, that was in the house rules.
In the house rules. So what I would like for you to do, sir, is roll a d20.
How do I do that without clicking one of the things in here?
So on the map board, on the virtual table, on the bottom right, there should be bottom right should be an eye with game info.
Okay, it's on
and like a little
cover it up with a bunch. Okay, let's see, an eye, full screen,
and then there should be
a little highlighted die, right?
Yep, game log and dice, and if you click on the roll dice, it'll bring up like a d20.
Oh, okay, there it is. Sweet. Okay, we're learning, and people are watching and learning with us. So yay. Not much better.
So you roll an 8 on the critical skill failure table. Well, here's what's happening is as you're locked into this mortal combat with this boar that you just can't seem to hit.
It was a long day
out
of travel.
of nowhere, Marcus, what kind of armor are you wearing? Just a little general description.
It's going to be leather.
Leather.
Mhm.
And so Edward, out of just like right in front of you, kind of like a jump scare out of a horror movie or something like that. This humanoid, half
Technically studded leather.
elven, yeah, in leather armor comes leaping out of the bushes and wielding a dagger, and you don't know if it's coming at you, coming at the boar. All you know is you've got two things in front of you now, and because you fumbled your critical skill, which is your perception check, you are going to you have a misstep. You move 5 feet in a random direction. And so what I would like for you to do is to roll a d4. 1 will be top, 2 will be to the right, 3 will be the bottom, and 4 will be to the left. So roll a d4.
All right.
1, so you actually step around the boar. I'm going to move you here. And kind of off into the bushes, and you stumble into the bushes, and the boar is kind of going, what the heck is going on here? The boar is kind of surprised.
We all are.
So that being said, what you still have your actions that you could take. That was just the to make the skill check.
Oh, okay. Well, since I can still attack, correct?
Correct. You have spells, actions,
Yeah,
attacks.
we're just I'm going to recover from my stupor and swing around and take another swing at that pesky boar.
Okay, roll a to hit, sir. And that seems to pierce the boar's hide. Go ahead and roll for some damage. You,
Yeah,
you,
a lot of
you
ones
rolled a
tonight.
1.
Yeah, a lot of ones.
Well, with that, you managed to kind of glance off the boar's shoulder, and the boar is looking bloodied right now. Looks like it's taking some, the combat starting to take a little bit of toll on the boar. And with that being said, or I'm sorry, do you have any other bonus actions that you would like to take?
No, I'm just going to sit here and warm those dice in my hands because they suck right now.
So the boar is going to spin around, and now that Marcus is in the picture, Marcus, would you roll me a let's do a D10. An even number, it's going to square off with Edward, or an odd number, it's going to square off with you, Marcus.
1d10.
Just roll me a D10. A 4, it's going to continue to square off with Edward and try to lunge at him with his tusks to make another attack. Now, the boar, because the boar is in what we call a bloodied state, the boar now has what we call advantage on attack rolls. And advantage is the boar gets to roll, or anybody who has advantage, you get to roll 2 dice, and then you get to take the highest number of the 2 dice. That is called rolling with advantage, because the boar is angered and it's now bloodied up, and it's basically more pissed off. It's fighting for its life here. That works both ways too. If you were to fire, like for example, the house rules, firing a ranged weapon into combat, into melee, let's say lock with another person of your party, you would be rolling at a disadvantage. A disadvantage is you will roll 2 dice and take the lowest number, and that's the number that you would use as your to hit roll. So getting back to the boar is going to roll for advantage, because we're going to take the best of the 2 rolls. So here goes roll. Here we go. So the boar rolls not a natural 20, but the boar rolls a 17 and a 10. Because of advantage, the boar will take the 17 as the highest roll. And does a 17 hit your armor class, sir?
The 17 does not.
17 does not hit your armor class. Okay, so the boar lunges at you and maybe glances off some of the chainmail on your thigh again.
I have a question, though, before we continue.
Yes.
Since my shield is on my back and I'm not carrying it, do I get the shield bonus to the armor class? Because
no, you do not.
Okay, so
You
let
must be
me
wielding the shield.
let me go and uncheck the shield. Now that gives me a 16, and that 17 does hit. I just wanted to be for sure. It is indeed going to hit, yes.
Okay.
Want to be fair here, so.
All right, you take a whole 2 points of damage from being gored in the other leg this time.
Damn it. Okay.
And with that, we move to the top of the next turn. Marcus,
I got a question. How big is this freaking boar?
Biggest
big
damn
boar.
boar
You
you
were
ever
hungry.
seen. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Next
Have
time,
you ever
hunt the
been boar
smaller
hunting?
ones.
Pardon?
Like in real life, have you ever been boar hunting?
Not been boar hunting, no, but I have seen the
they're pretty
remnants
tough.
of it. Yes, they are. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, and another footnote here to the DM, I am now under half health.
So you would tell me that with that last attack, you were bloodied.
Okay, I'm bloodied. Damn it.
Okay. All right, Marcus, you're up.
All right, I am going to attack him again with my dagger. Wow.
You just can't seem to get a line on the boar. It's jumping around. It's lunging at this human in chainmail, and you miss.
Can I cast my Hunter's Mark?
You can as a bonus action.
Yeah. Where is that? I saw it in here somewhere. There it is. Yep. Now, I don't have, doesn't show that I actually have to roll anything for that, correct?
No, it's basically it counts as a bonus action. It does an automatic D6.
1d6. Right.
Yeah, of force damage
Okay.
when you cast it. So 6 points of damage. It looks like a little bit of maybe a glowing, whatever you would describe as your hunter's mark, maybe an aura around the boar that only you can see, Marcus, but
Right.
it ignites around the boar, making the boar maybe a little bit easier to hit. And with that, you add a little bit of force damage in there. The boar takes 6 points of damage. It is very bloodied up, but it is still in the fight.
All right.
My
and
Lord.
Can I attack again with my dagger?
Do you have? Let me look under your. So what you would need would be a like a dual weapon fighting or a 2-weapon fighting. Do you have any skill?
Action. It says actions in combat 2 weapon fighting.
Okay. I'm not seeing that
Nope.
under your skill list.
Nope. It's not.
Okay. So unless you had a skill that would allow
Yep.
you to make multiple attacks, in
Right.
this case with your offhand,
Correct. Got it.
I don't think you do it at first level. It's kind of rare.
Right.
So no, you used your attack and your bonus action this round.
Well, then that's about all I can do right now.
Okay, moving down the initiative line to Edward. You're up.
Well, I'm getting awfully angry here, getting gored by a boar with freaking arrows sticking out of it. I'm going to attack this sucker and hopefully finish him if I can get those dice to cooperate. Not today.
man.
Whew, my goodness.
This is the worst paladin ever.
Yeah, you just can't seem to connect your longsword. Wherever you swing, the boar is not there. It's nimbly and pimbly, almost like a jungle cat. It's dodging around you.
And I was worried about having a sight penalty, so I'm holding the lamp too. My God.
Maybe you ought to drop the lamp. You might do better.
Yeah, I'd have a better armor class, but God.
Is
Maybe
there
you ought to
any
throw
other?
the lamp at him.
Yeah, right. Let's
Okay.
see.
Any other bonus actions?
Let's see. What do I
Any
have for
other
bonus action? Let's see what I've got for bonus action here.
Do you have a heal for a bonus action
I
if you're bloodied up?
I do have heals that I can use. Let's see.
I know that as a paladin, you have lay on hands.
Yeah, being that it's nighttime, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to be sleeping shortly. So I will do that because
Now,
I can restore up to 5.
up to a max of 5 hit points on
Right.
this application. So yeah, you just
Yeah.
tick off the box with however
Okay.
many hit points that you would like to use. Now you can use this as many times as you need to, up to 5 hit points worth. So
Yeah,
you could
I'll
use
just do all 5, and that'll get me
Okay.
not full, but considerably better. So I will do that, and now that is out until I'm rested.
Until we take a long rest, and we'll go over
Correct.
long rest and short rest when we get to that.
Correct.
So, as part of the learning process. All right, so Edward misses with his longsword, applies a lay on hands to restore some points, and it goes to the boar. And the boar is going to, this time, Edward, roll me a d10. Even numbers, the boar will attack you, and odd numbers, it will attack Marcus. You have a 50-50 shot. And you roll a 9, so the boar is going to turn and lunge at Marcus.
Yay.
It still has advantage, so we're going to roll 2 dice. With advantage, it has a 10. Does a 10 hit your armor class, sir?
No, it does not.
Okay, so the boar lunges, and in the process of switching targets, it misjudged where you were standing, and with that, we go to the top of the next combat turn. Marcus, you're up.
All right. I will attack with my dagger again. Just on a side note, I'm surprised you didn't have him do a check to see if he actually heals himself or the freaking boar with the way he's swinging things.
I know, right? Yeah.
Well,
again, go ahead.
I was going to say, since he's in the process of touching himself,
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
giggity, 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 giggity. We'll let him.
Let it slide on that one.
Yep. We now have to put the adult moniker on the.
Yeah,
recording.
well, we're going to be explicit anyway. Question. Just for question purposes, would I have to drop the sword or the lamp to lay on hands?
In this case, as a paladin, and the way that I kind of interpret it, since you're applying it to yourself, it would be more of like not necessarily, verbatim of the description where you're actually touching yourself. I envision it as more of you kind of concentrate and direct the flow of the energy to wherever the wound is. Now,
okay, so I can sort of use the force.
Yeah, or even if you will, you can kind of like while you're holding on to your sword with the fist of your hand holding the sword, you can kind of, bump the body part with the fist. You can
Okay.
kind of look at it that way as well. Yeah, but no, you don't need to drop a weapon to apply that.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. See if we hit the stupid thing again. Oh, a 14 makes a 19.
Total of a 19, and that is going to hit, sir. Go ahead and roll for your damage. 6 points, and with that, now we come to the part of the combat where I ask you, how would you like to end the boar's life? And you can elaborate and give us as much of a descriptor or as minimum of a description as to how the combat ends as you would like. So
Well,
the podium is yours.
after he swung around and tried to hit me and missed, I lunged at him and was able to strike across his throat and slice it so he bleeds out.
Okay, and with that, the boar, one final gurgling scream, falls over, spurting blood out, and the combat has ended. So we can take
Are you not
ourselves out of
entertained?
combat.
Are you not entertained?
And so now you two are standing in a clearing, staring at each other. Edward is covered in blood, and both kind of shocked to see each other. I'm going to open up to open role play, however you guys would like to interact with each other.
I'm so confused.
I couldn't help it, that one.
All I got to say to you is,
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
that was my boar.
Oh,
What are you doing attacking my boar?
well, it seems you needed a little assistance. 2 arrows and a screaming female is what it sounded to me. I needed to come and do a little investigation here that I'm not,
And
according to the dice, very good at.
and you're the one with the one with the 2 holes in your leg.
Well, I'm not a sliver slinger, sir. I have to get up close.
True. Well, I do appreciate the help.
Right, you gonna be able to eat this mammoth yourself, or would you like to bring it over to our encampment just down yonder?
You have an encampment? Sure.
Yeah,
I'll split it with you.
Right on. Let's. I suppose I'm probably stronger. I can lift this thing up and carry it. Here, hold my lamp, would you? Be a pal. I love this lamp. It was a gift to me. I never go anywhere without it. So just don't rub it really good. I'm afraid a genie might be tied to it as well. And
Is this your American Express lamp? You don't leave home without it?
I do not. No. And yeah. Don't rub it. We don't need a genie. Seeing as how well we dealt with that boar, a genie would wreck the rest of our night.
So between you and I, when we get back there, we dispatched it with no problems, right?
Sure. Yeah. Although
I won't say the problems that you had. I won't say the problems that you had. We good with that?
I'm liking you already, and this blood isn't mine.
Exactly.
You should see the other guy.
As you two are discussing what you're going to do with the boar, a crashing comes through the clearing. Edward, you recognize the merchant guard captain and 2 guards on his flank coming through with lanterns, and the guard captain shouts at you, "Sir Edward, or is everything okay? We heard you take off through the woods. We heard the screaming, and so we came to check on you."
I whispered to Marcus, boy, they could have showed up a little bit earlier.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. All is well. We just
Okay.
all is well. We've got dinner if you guys are hungry. This traveler here is good enough to share his spoils with us.
Awesome. And with that, the guards and the guard captain, well, the captain will instruct the guards to
Piss off.
pack the boar out. Yeah, and you guys will head back to camp. And so with that, I'm going to switch up maps here.
And I'll tell you what, with that, we will stop the recording and finish it off, the first episode. And
Awesome.
yeah, so I think that was even though the dice sucked tonight.
my God.
Yeah. I think that's a successful first episode for those of us stumbling through and people watching along at home. So yay us.
Yeah.
How was the rust getting shaking the rust off for you, getting used a little bit more to the combat actions, etc.?
Yeah, it just takes a minute for me anyway to remember, okay, what do I need to click on to do what?
Yeah, and finding my way around the character sheet because everywhere you click throws dice. So it's a matter of, okay, do I click here? Do I click there? What do I do? Okay. It's just a matter of learning all of the things, and I think we did all right, and we can always pause if we need to work things out or ask questions, and that's great.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Well, fantastic. That was episode 1, everybody. Check us out on our YouTube. And for those of you listening on the podcast, hope you enjoyed the episode. And we will be back. I won't even say next week because we're going to record another one here very shortly. And we'll have episode 2 up before long, too. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, it'll be a bonus like they do with the TV shows. They put out 2 episodes, when you start a new season or whatever. Yeah, it'll be a double episode.
Double feature.
How much would you pay? But wait, there's more.
There's more. So, yeah, and we didn't even leave them on episode 1 on a horrible cliffhanger. So,
no.
So, yeah, we actually, although I was about to go, you know what? We'll tune into the exciting conclusion of these 2 knuckleheads and the boar on the next episode. But he was able to finish it.
Here's somebody say,
I'm not dead.
Yes, I'm not dead yet.
Yes, he is. I'm not.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and we'll catch you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.